Hey everybody, we're back up to Spyro here again with part 4 now, starting in Beastmakers. We've got about 4 levels in this home world, and a speedway to run through. Last video we've got all the eggs, so we're not going to be looking for any more thieves. There's not going to be any more. And then after this, we've only got one more normal homeworld before we have to go into endgame with Nasty Nork himself. This time in this homeworld, you're going to see these little cute guys hopping around, little chickens. They are going to be your sheep for this homeworld. Little pots of water sitting around. But now, we got some tougher dudes to hang out with. You'll see in the previous, a lot of them had armor, had a lot of interesting ways to attack you from range, you know, with the magic enemies and everything. But these guys have the floors. Once they touch them with their little lightning rods, their little panel becomes electrified. Now, you can flame these guys, but as you'll see in later parts of this homeworld, they're going to be much more aggressive. They're going to have wider ranges.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified jump heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Now, comparing this back to the original one from the PlayStation, it used to be much, much darker than this. And this here, the Reignited trilogy, it looks more beautiful. Still not my ideal kind of level theming, but I mean, it's not bad by any means. Alright, here's our first level within Beastmakers. We're going to be going through Terrace Village here. Got 2 dragons and just 400 gems to collect. Pretty easy. There we go. Now you're going to see one of the other guys that you didn't see in the homeworld. He's like the other ones, but this guy is much bigger and he's going to stab right at you. No iron armor, so just give him a good flame once you've dodged his attack, and you are good. Sometimes you can get a nice little preemptive zap in on him. Oh, and there we go. We got another enemy type here. He's gonna be a little mobile turret. Just run up, bash him from the side, make sure not to get shocked. More. Oh, why is this one not working? There we go. More gems in these little rotational doohickeys. Post-me is probably going to add in what they're actually called later on by looking at the wiki. There we go. Couple chests hiding over here. Starting area of the level's not too bad. And then, easy to miss, these 2 guys right up here. Alright. Another simple little room with a turret guy hiding down. Hide just far enough down the ramp, and he's not going to give you any trouble. Gives you a perfect opportunity to run in and hit him. Now these guys are a lot more packed, tightly together. Just take it nice and easy. Same right here. Got a big guy and a turret. Run back here. Collect a few more gems. Now this is going to be one of the levels like the rest of the game here that has an alternate path, where we're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking to get all of the gems. Not quite right here though, thankfully. I'm not a fan of the water in this game. It gets much better in the later games for sure. Oh, and here we go. Just as I was talking about keeping an eye out, almost missed a few gems myself. Beastmakers is also going to have one of those levels that is very infamous. You'll see that later on in the video here. But I don't wish it upon any of my worst enemies. It was easier in the PlayStation 1.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
Oh yeah, it was easier in the PS1 era, but in this version, it feels a little more difficult. Kind of like how a lot of people were comparing the Crash Bandicoots from PlayStation 1 to the remake to the Insane trilogy. I can kind of understand where they're coming from. It's definitely different. But by no means are either of these games and their levels impossible. Alright, run over here. You got a nice firework waiting to pop off one of these chests. There we go. We'll find the firework a little later towards the end of the level here. Right now we got a little guy in a turret waiting for us. There we go. We better find Spark some food here soon. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. They start to get more of a territory. They get a lot more space to electrify. And then you got a whole gaggle of their friends over here. We want to pop him and try to get out quicker. I'll let him do that. Hop over. If you just spend your time wisely and then jump in about halfway through the electrification, you can get everybody just fine. And here is the last dragon to the level.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
You and me both, Spyro. So, all what it is, Spyro, the swamp levels aren't all that bad. There we go, a couple of extra lives in this level here. Nice and easy, quite visible too. Oh, if you were better than me, you'd be able to get all those guys in one run. Not like it's terribly important, though. Alright, and we're about to find our next rocket here. We're a little over halfway on the gems now. There we go. Be careful on these ledges. Let's see here. We need to get back up there to start getting the rest of these. Save our spot. Alright, now this is going to be a fun one. There you go, just charge through all three of them. You'll be good to go. As you'll see, I obviously panicked a little bit there, assuming I was going to get hit one more time. Alright, let's ride this little whirlwind. Now, what you can do here is you can go straight on with him to the end of the game. Or what we're going to do is we're going to go get some more gems. That one had a nice little 10 slot in it. Yeah, there we go. There's the return home. But you'll see we're missing a firework still. We're going to make sure we get that before we head out of here. Glide on up. Head on here again. There we go, a chest. But now, let's see if memory serves correctly. I don't think it is so far. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that firework. We gotta run all the way back to the whirlwind. And then we gotta do ourselves a little bit of gliding once we get up to the top here. It's not all that bad. Climb up these. I'm not sure if like the orcs instituted these here themselves or what. There you go. You want to leap up from here, and you're gonna make it to these tops here where we passed by just earlier. You're gonna find a bunch of your missing gems from earlier right over here. And some of these nice little iron chests. And check that out, your firework. Oh, but that's not the only one. Got that one. It's gonna fly real slow over there. So I recommend staying up here, getting that one first, then go back to ground level. And there you go, 400 out of 400 gems and all your dragons. And to get back to the homeworld, real simple. Just head on back over to the whirlwind and take the lower path instead. Alright, let's continue on through Beastmakers now. Got a couple of these fireworks to deal with. Oh, and there we go. We got some of these guys here running around too. If you're not really paying much attention, they're going to get you off guard real easy and knock you around. Potentially even to your death. But let's go ahead and knock these boars out. And we got ourselves another dragon over here. Let's go ahead and get him.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
I love what they did with the theming of this level and his name. I'm just a little disappointed that they didn't go completely all out on him and make him look a little more, or sound a little more hillbilly and redneck. We're gonna hop down there in just a moment. Let's get the gems up here. Oh, a mini boar right there. Careful not to fall in. Plenty of 2 gems in here. Or I guess I should say green. It's a little easier on the tongue. And there you go. Wildflight is your speedway section for this homeworld. But once again, we will not be doing that right now. We're going to be coming back to an extras video to take care of those. I will edit all of those together in one run. Hopefully, as I promised before, or tried to promise before, with my friends, no less. Next up, we're going to run into Misty Bog. Alright, for swamp themes, as far as this level goes, this one's actually really nice. It's very wide open, plenty of water, unfortunately. But I don't really see any kind of problems with this one. There we go. Going back there, and you got yourself a nice little achievement or trophy, depending on the platform you're on. Now, as a kid, I never understood what these guys are. I still don't to this day. Post-me is probably going to edit that with a little note from the wiki in a moment. For now, I am calling them shrubs. Now this level is going to have a little bit of ingenious work here later, where you're going to have to climb some of the level architecture to get some of the other gems. We're going to see that here in a little while. Turn back from the first gate, and you got yourself a little extra life and some gems. And in this stage, you've also got these little toads. Don't let their little appearance fool you, they can't hurt. And there we go. Come around here for another life and blue gem. One more frog here. And then right up here you got a nice little trio of shrubs. They charge you pretty quickly, but honestly you can get to them with a flame charge before they even start to move at you if you're capable. If not, I mean, you still have plenty of opportunity. Always a debate, a little bit of a moral quandary. Who do you take out first? But we're going to take them both. Starting with the armored guy there. And then you'll see from here, we've got a fairy that's telling you to go down, but that's going to be over in that little tree trunk. And then you'll see right over here where we're going to have to come back. That's where we're going to have to use the level architecture a little bit. But let's head on back real quick. We have a dragon to awaken.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Yep, there you go. Attack frogs. Makes about as much sense as anything else, I suppose. Alright, from here you can see we got to go over there where those attack frogs are sitting. But we're not going to make it with a glide from here. Oh no. Gonna run over here, charge through all of these armored up baddies. There you go. Save the chicken, knock the guy out. Well, not so much save the chicken as feed it to your dragonfly. And there you go. That one did not look pretty. There you go. It's pretty easy to come in here and just knock these guys out first. Get the first few attack frogs. Oh, never mind. I spooked too soon. One attack frog behind the other. But if you go through the room a little better than I did, you'll have a much better time.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh, no.
Why? I remember,
Gotta go.
I like the little crystal use of, like, for their beard there. It was pretty nice. Again, I know I've said it a lot, but I really love how they've done some of the dragons in this game, like, with their redesign. Now you're gonna notice you can't go back this way. There's really nowhere to go. So let's head back to where the dragon was. Stop trying to headbutt everything. And there you go. You got a much easier time getting back to the starting area from here. Unless you hit the rock like I did. Right, let's try one more time. Bumping any of the level geometry is going to make it a lot harder, just like I hit right there. But made it over just fine still. Alright, next up, let's head down to that tree and find out what's next for us. No, Spark, sorry, not you, buddy. There you go, let Sparks get some of those. And this is one of the bigger fairies that you're going to see within the game. Probably the only one. Come to think of it, it's kind of weird to see a punk fairy in this kind of setting. But hey, the fairies, just, as long as they do them, they're good. Alright, a few more of these ironworks, some shrubbery, and this little hideaway hole is nice and actually pretty peaceful, actually. Save for all the mushrooms, but, you know, I'm not a fan of those myself.
thank you for releasing me.
And with that one, we're pretty much down to absolutely no personalized messages from the dragons. A little bit of a panic moment there. But this boar can just plow right through your enemies for you, making them no problem. Just make sure you flame charge him at the end. Here we are. We've almost got every last gem. But we're going to have to make use of level geometry here very shortly. And it's a pretty good example of why you don't want to try and just plain old charge the boar. That boar is going to win every time. There you go, you can return home here, but we're not quite ready. Not quite. We got 10 gems left to go. Let's see now. Yeah, see right up there? Right up there, we got a few more gems to nab. Quite a few by the looks of things.
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons, after all.
Gotta love the support from the big guy. Alright, so head right over here to collect a few more goodies. And then you want to head back up to here where we just rescued the dragon. And you're going to want to make your way right here. And here's where you make use of the level 2 grab these gems. Pretty easy, right? There we are. But we're not done with this spot just yet. Head back on over and we're going to head towards the starting area. Remember those red gems from earlier? Here they are. Just plow right through the path, make sure not to fall off, and you've got nothing to worry about. There we go. And the rest of your gems. And with that, feel free to head right on back to Beastmakers, or just continue to admire the level. Oh, sounds like we're already missing some fun back in Beastmakers. Hey, one of those free little orbs? Fine by me. There we go, we're down 2 levels, just 2 to go. One of those including the level boss. Make sure to run all around this tree for your gems. Yeah, you can also pop those 2 little mushrooms right there if you choose to. There we go, treetops. This is the one I and many others never look forward to. Oh, let's get Sparks a snack, and we're gonna make the effort. Ah, but you see, you do have one more thief to handle right now. He's gonna run all the way through the stage somewhere incredibly despicable. You'll see it very quickly. Now, I'm not sure quite what these guys are, but they all go down with just a simple flaming. The little ones, though, you need to watch out for. They're gonna throw bananas. And bananas, unfortunately, hurt. They're not the fun Mario Kart bananas where you just spin around and try to get your bearing again. No. Now, we're going off the beaten path right here where the thief isn't. You're gonna need this key for later. So that means we have a locked chest somewhere in the level. There you go. They don't throw bananas frequently, though. So you shouldn't have a hard time with them. There you go. Head up here, get yourself a nice little extra life. Spin these fans. And from here you can get a good look at the dragon we're going right over to, as well as generally the whole level layout. Tons of goodies over there on that little spire. But we're not quite ready for that. Geographically and, well, mentally.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
Huh.
And there you go, there's your hint for this level's little gimmick. Alright, here's the first supercharge lane. But let's grab these little guys first. And then we're gonna have to head back to the start of the level to go back on the main path. But we're gonna stop right here first. Of course we are. That little chicken that seems to be taunting Spyro. Oh, and get completely blindsided by some bananas. But not to worry, extra life here. Now, some of you, myself included, when I very first played the Reignited Trilogy back on PlayStation 4, are going to need those lives for this level. Alright, here we go. Now you're going to go run back onto this next supercharged pad. And you're going to want to make sure you hit that chest, because if you don't hit it, you're going to have to run back and try again. But, I mean, it's really hard to miss. But if you don't hit it the first time, no big deal. And with that, we are at the end of the level. But we're missing a few things, aren't we? Now we're missing a locked chest. We're missing a thief, more importantly. Let's head on back and grab all of that while we can. Now the thing with these speedway, these supercharged ramps, not just one of them is going to allow you to get to the top of the spire there where we landed, where we can go back to the homeworld. You're going to need to make use of a couple of them, like we were just given that hint earlier on. And there we go. See, there's another one of those chests we're going to have to supercharge. So from here, we need to make our way back. Trying to see if I remember. Nope. And there we go. There's one death. Even in death, you will retain your keys. Not to worry. Let's head on over here and rescue the levels on the other dragon.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
Yeah, they're pretty much all going to allude to you that you're going to need to do something with those supercharged ramps. I can just right over here in this little pit is your locked chest. Alright, we're at 303. That means we've only got less than 100 to go before this level's 100%. Alright, let's see if we can't get up to the top of that ending spire. This is going to be a nightmare and a half. But you'll see, if we didn't jump to where we did there, we could have jumped around the side, and we would have been much better off. We could just jump over this here. But, unfortunately, that's not the way it goes for us. Fly over here. You could just run back up here, or take the whirlwind. But we're going to go through the whole stage anyway. This is the starting area. Now, if you go straight through here and not through the window, you're gonna go through a couple of these guys where the locked chest is. But you'll notice the thief is probably already long gone. He's waiting at the end of the stage for you. He's going to be sitting there taunting you, and of course, he's not gonna make it easy even though he's on a small piece of land. No, see, you can see how I messed that up already. So when you get over here... Yep, see, this level's all nice and set up for you to take that out real easy. Okay, now, to get up to the very top of the level, you want to start here where your locked chest was. Go ahead and start charging down the first ramp. Jump over here towards the return to the starting area, but do not take the whirlwind. Turn in here real tight, jump, run down the second ramp, and you can, overshoot it, but one of your thieves will be a casualty of your adventure up there. Alright, and right behind that wooden fence is one last dragon and the rest of our remaining gems in this level. We're gonna hop over here. Hop onto the next ramp, Hopefully not hit that torch. Hop over here, and there you go. Nice and easy. And this thief, you're gonna notice, is a lot slower, just for the purposes that he's got a gem and not an egg. But simultaneously, I'm having an issue hitting him. There you go. He has one of the largest gem values in the game, a 25. But there you go, there's all your gems.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
And that is all of your dragons for this level here. With that, Treetops is now 100% complete. And to make things easier, you get a nice little whirlwind to take you right back to make it nice and easy to exit the level. Say goodbye to this place, as we are not coming back. Alright, that is officially the last level within Beastmakers, aside from the obvious, of course, coming up. You'll see we got a locked chest here, and an extra life. So we're gonna have to go on a little bit of a hunt for the key here. Let's wait for him to finish rocking out. And he is nothing. These guys are all really easy, especially now that you're doing some platforming. They don't really throw any challenge at you in the home worlds, thankfully. And there you go, once it's about halfway done, you can make it easy to get over and get a lot of spare time to get in and hit him. Hop down here on these trunks, these stumps here to get some extra gems. And look at that, we could head on to the next homeworld if we chose. So honestly, as long as you meet certain conditions throughout each homeworld, you could glide right to Nasty Nord and finish the game pretty quickly if you wanted.
Much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
No, we're gonna stick right here. Our job's not done yet. And there he is, Metalhead. But let's do a little more gem collecting before we go and jam out with him. You'll see just a second ago, out of the corner of the screen there, we found our key. But we're also missing some of these gems in the beginning of the stage. Oh, too soon. Not a problem. Plenty of chickens running around for you. There you go. Can't go wrong with collecting all of these beads. So as you know, if you complete a full circle, you get a full life. And a little whirlwind pops right back up here once you've spoken to Marco or gotten to the top of that pyramid. But to get the key, we gotta climb one more time. Go ahead and take off from the highest corner possible. And then to get right back, you're gonna have to fly over to this tree stump. Nice and easy. Or, at least I would like to imagine it is sometimes. And there you go, we've unfortunately just lost Sparks. We'll get him back though. Either through my own incompetence or through some chickens. Now without Sparks, we have to collect each of those gems ourselves by physically running into them. Oh, we're missing one more. But where could that be? But to find out, we gotta go get Sparks back. There we go, and let's give him a little bit of an extra bit of health, shall we? There we go, much better. Alright, looks like it's still in a relatively local spot towards the end of the level. once more. Oh, right in the grass. Cool deal. Let's head on to the levels boss. Alright, here we are, Metalhead's Lair. Gonna have these guys rolling right at you. But, like any other enemy, if they hit water like that, that's a freebie for you. Like that one's about to. Yeah, just let those two guys roll on by, and you got no problems in the world. There we go, let's make sure we're grabbing everything from down here first. And then you can choose your path, go straight on. Or find one of these guys from earlier all armored up, throwing bananas at you. Still no threat. Wait till they throw their banana, get out of the way, and charge. Two little pop-up gems for you on the side. And oh man, I love this guy's fortress. Oh, and there we go. Not paying attention will get you rammed, but as they're rolling and you're ramming, you're gonna come out the victor. Cool thing about the fireworks here, they take out the chest for you. There you go, hide back there, and you can already hear another dragon. But we'll rescue them in a second. Go, make sure we got everything on this ledge. Oh, I don't know what quite stopped him. I guess he hit the chicken. Chicken's OP. And what just made my vision on this game a little bit easier, cloud cover outside. We've had so much snow and rain. It's been great for recording, but when it comes up, even with my blinds down, it's a little bit of a nuisance. Can't really escape it in the way my apartment's laid out, but it's not necessarily a big deal. Alright, looks like we got everything we can for the moment, so let's head on down this ramp and rescue a friend of ours.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
There you go. With that, you're going to realize he's sort of a mechanized entity in this game. One of the few, rather. Just wait till these guys are not charged up. When they're green, they're all yours. Now, there's going to be one or two of those guys that he can throw down at you. Still worth gems. Make sure you get them too. Oh, still electrified. And make sure you're careful when you get nice and close. He does hurt. And with all those out of the way, he's gonna run away. Yeah, you can take a look around his room if you wish. But that little blue gem, you can't exactly get to it just yet. Oh no, yes we can. We're having that little bit of sun glare where I can't see terribly well. Kinda wishing for some bad weather again. Kind of. But run on down through this tunnel here, and you come up to the next phase. It's gonna be same as the first phase, just knock out the towers. Watch out for his little lightning bolts running across the ground. And he's got a little bit of a new attack there where he's shooting these rings at you. Oh, and this time he's rolling the big gorillas just like he did before. If that's what these guys indeed are. And that is that. He goes down a lot easier than the other bosses. And collect his gems, but we're not quite ready to move on. Let's head back here on this ledge, shall we? Run behind this toxic-looking little waterfall. And get yourself some pop-up gems. Ah, but you notice there's a key here that we're gonna need. Not to worry. We're gonna come across that momentarily. let's head on back down. And you can return on home. But as the broken record I am, we're not doing that quite yet. Plenty of gems up here for you. And boy, are there plenty. And then you just got a few gems over there to grab too. Charge glide over, nothing to worry. There we go. Now you're out on this little ledge. You can claim that 10 gem. A couple more to go. But we're still missing a key, aren't we? Yes. Yes, we are. So, let's head on back. Grab Spark some food. You always want to be safe. And here we go. Down in these canals somewhere, we're going to need to go. Down in those canals, we will find ourselves our key. And we also have to come back for these gems here, which I full-heartedly forgot. For now, though, let's focus on the canals. There we are. I believe this is where we're gonna go. Yep. Head on down here. Make sure you're not falling into the water like that. Oh, walk around the corner there. Walk around the corner, rather. Grab yourself an extra life. And you got a nice set of iron chests to break. One key. And you can't forget this little recess, not at all. Alright, so we've almost got every last gem within the level. But we have quite the issue of a couple more gems to grab. Not a worry. Head into the whirlwind around the extra life you found earlier. And you are on the rooftops for your final gems. And no, it looks like we are missing a few. Alright, Sparks, lead the way. Could it be? No, not right there. We need to head back into the boss arena. For sure. And, oh, looks like we need to go back up the ledge. No matter how hard I get with Metalhead, I always forget about this chest here. Alright, now you have all your gems, and you can head on back to Beastmakers. And with that, you can head on to the next world if you already haven't. There we go, another 100% level. Let's head on and talk to the balloonist, and we will get out of here.
I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon, and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
And with that, guys, once again, I really appreciate you watching my videos here. If you could leave me a like, comment, potentially subscribe even. I am still very open to criticism. I would love to hear it. Keep it constructive. And I hope to see you all again in part 5 when we take on the last homeworld before we go into Endgame. We'll see you again in Dreamweavers.